welcome to We Need Answers. Please welcome your host, Mr. Mark Watson.
Hello and welcome to We Need Answers. Do you like quizzes? Yes. Well, you'll like this because it is one. But tonight is a quiz show with a difference because all the questions have come from you, the public. Now, how does this work, you might wonder? Well, there's a member of the public. People like him and you have asked questions to one of those text message answering services. There's one. And we've got a whole database of their answers here. Tonight, we'll be asking our favourite questions from this vast database to our two celebrity contestants. And it's up to them to match the answers given by the service. I'm your host, Mark Watson, and here to help me out, please welcome Alex Horne and Tim Key. First of all, Alex. Alex is our in-house expert. Alex, can you tell us a bit about what your expert job will consist of this evening?
Yes, I am an in-house expert, and I've got control of all the graphics and the sound here, which is unusual for a TV show, but it does mean I can put some quite unique graphics on. For example, if we look there, that's a photo that I've actually taken of myself. It's hard to normally take a picture of other people. I've turned the camera back on myself, and I can add colour to that with sound. So we're imagining now an urban situation, and then maybe a bomb, and devastation, and hence fear.
Yes, that's what you can expect from Alex. You can see why Alex is employed, and as for Tim Key, well, Tim is our question master. Tim, can you give us a sort of sample of what you'll be doing this evening?
Yep. It's not right.
There you are. So that's Wesley Deathcart. Yes, Tim Key. Now, each week's show is themed, and this week our special theme is motoring. Again, Alex, can you just explain about the weekly theme?
The weekly theme, well, years, as you all know, were made up of 365 days, a lot of days, so people tend to group them together into day blocks.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday,
Saturday, and then Sunday, traditionally the roof of the week. This particular week is themed by motoring. It's going to be a motoring-themed week.
There you are. Well, I reckon we're just about ready to meet the contestants.
Let's meet the contestants. Let's meet the contestants. Let's meet the contestants. Yes, let's meet the contestants.
Our first guest has presented Top Gear, which should help her with this week's motoring theme. More recently, she has presented Watchdog and Wainwright's Walks. It is, of course, Julia Bradbury. Hi there. Our second contestant couldn't be a more startling contrast from Bradbury. Bradbury's never been Crichton in Red Dwarf. This mystery man has. She's never presented Scrap Heap Challenge. He does. It's Robert Llewellyn, of course. We've met the contestants. It's time now to run through the scoring. Quite simply, for a right answer you get 2 points. Nothing for a wrong answer. But 1 point if you get it quite right, which means it sort of is quite right. OK, contestants, you ready?
Yes.
Tim, are you ready?
Yes.
The first round is called Burning Issues and Fiddly Questions. Let's play We Need Answers.
You're right, love.
Pretty good.
Excellent.
How are you, Julia?
I'm very well, thank you, Tim.
So all of these questions, Julia, and they're all based on questions that the members of the public have asked. And some of the questions will be based on the theme of the week, motoring.
Right.
This one's based on bananas.
But of course.
Of course.
Yeah.
Question number 1. How much DNA do humans share with a common banana?
I mean, I'm not completely sure, not being a scientist or a biologist by trade.
Or a greengrocer.
Or a greengrocer. But I'd say none. Controversial?
Not controversial. Wrong.
Oh.
A human and an ordinary banana share 50% common DNA.
No. Who knew that?
Well, I know one person who didn't know it, Julia.
So just to recap, each one of us is halfway to being an actual banana.
And some of us are all the way there.
Can I say, I thought it was a lovely joke because it was self-deprecating as well, wasn't it? Also, I didn't get.
Well, it was more just deprecating.
Question number 2. This is to you, Robert.
OK.
What animal produces its own suntan lotion?
Could it possibly be some creature? I wonder if it's some sort of fish.
Bearing in mind, of course, this has been texted in from a member of the public who's interested to know which animal produces its own suntan lotion.
Rightly so. It's worth knowing.
Oh, that's
Under pressure.
I'll go for a worm.
It's not a worm, and it cannot be handed over.
Don't believe it.
It is hippos. Hippos that produce their own natural sunscreen in the form of a sticky reddish sweat, which is a form of hippocuderic.
But unlike humans, they have not yet worked out how to sell it.
Righty-ho, this is to you, Julia. How many This is based on our theme of the week, Julia.
Whoop, motoring.
Motoring, OK.
Motoring, there we go.
How many individual parts are there to the average car?
Oh, Lord.
Tough one. Remember, no points have changed hands at all so far, so this could be important.
One way of doing it is to think wheels, and then that's 4, and then build on that.
37.
37.
Not including wheel nuts and individual engine parts.
You might as well include them.
2,500?
Julia, love you to pieces. Gonna have to hand it over.
Tim, can you just clarify when you can hand questions over and when you can't?
Yes.
Yes, I will
Can you clarify
sometimes hand questions over.
Thank you. It's important to have rules. It's a question.
Robert.
Yes, sorry.
Robert.
I'm going to go for 6,500. Oh. But I'm thinking there's probably more than we imagine.
I'm going to give you half marks.
Oh!
Quite right. Quite right. Yes. Well, that's based on the fact that the figure was wrong, but you're right, it was more than we'd imagine.
Right.
It's over 10,000 parts.
10,000.
What?
No!
Too many
10,000 parts!
Oh,
Robert.
Yes.
If you boil a condom in milk, will it fit over a mini?
I think the answer is no. It won't.
And can you tell me why you think it won't? Is it, for example, to do with the size of the mini compared to the size of the condom?
Yes.
Yes, he's right! Mini's too big! Even if you boil a condom in milk, it will not fit over a mini. The best form of mini contraception? Park it away from other minis.
Not an unreasonable question, if you don't mind me. Things do change their consistency if you soak them in things. For example, I've got an egg here, and if you soak an egg in vinegar, the egg becomes bouncy. So we'll do that as a sort of experiment, an ongoing experiment.
how long does it
It takes 48 hours. So I've got the...
So 48 hours, we'll have to hope that that is a particularly speedy egg.
It's about 2 days to go. So...
Julia, this next question is a sad question.
It's a sad question.
It's a sad question, sad question. It's a really, 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 really sad question.
Is it possible to die from a broken heart?
This has been texted in by someone who is broken-hearted and feels it will kill them. Is right.
The scientists believe that it is possible to die of a broken heart, don't they? Elephants do die of broken hearts, and human beings do too. Sometimes partners that have been married for a very long time, if the wife passes away or the husband passes away, sometimes very shortly after the other one does. So yes, I think it is. Sorry, does that mean they're going to die?
It does mean that our viewer will die, yes.
It also means that you're a clever old cat. It's 2 points!
Yeah!
A broken heart can unleash a flood of stress hormones that can stun the heart, causing sudden life-threatening heart spasms in healthy people.
Oh.
Julia, I thought that was such a good answer. I'm going to give you a spot prize.
Oh,
And,
thank you, Alex.
Well, I've taken the liberty of... What I've done, I've put you on my car insurance for a week.
Oh, fantastic. Where's the car?
It's a family car. It's a week in October, which it can be stormy, if you remember the storm in '87.
That would be fantastic. Thank you.
Well,
that is the end of the round. And at the end of that first round, Julia Bradbury has 2 points, but in a narrow lead with 3 points. It is Robert Llewellyn. The next round is called You or Him / Her and includes questions texted from our studio audience to the answering service. So these questions are all about our contestants. This is a bit of a chance to get to know our contestants a bit better. Robert. Have you got a dream car, Robert? Do you have a particular car that's your dream car?
I do. Yes.
OK. And that was a bit of car banter.
Yeah. That's what
is it?
It's called a Tesla. It's a very fast electric sports car, and it doesn't use any petrol.
Good. It doesn't use any petrol?
It doesn't use any petrol.
Not a proper car.
It's very, very fast.
Julia, speaking of dream cars, you've got a Porsche, haven't you?
Yeah.
I'm not going to take it. That's sort of the height of cars for you, the old Porsche.
Oh, it's all very subjective and objective, isn't it? It depends.
It's subjective and objective.
Yeah,
Well, you're right, because there's objectivity in that there are car magazines which say this is a good car.
Exactly.
But there's
and then
also
there's your own
subjective.
personal
There's also your own
choice.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah,
But as far as you're concerned, it's the best car.
My first car was a Beetle, and I've always loved that shape. And the Porsche is just like a Beetle. It's like a little bubble, and the engine's in the back, and it goes quite fast.
There's a lot of talk about how fast these cars are, but in fact, the law prohibits you from going beyond.
In this country, yes, it does.
In this country, and the BBC doesn't approve going to other countries.
No.
She is Julia Bradbury. She is often on TV. Things like Top Gear, Watchdog, or Wish You Were Here, and GMTV.
Oh, yeah. In this round, contestants can choose to answer questions about themselves or take a risk and field a question about their opponent, which is worth double points. Alex, can you just explain how doubling works, please?
Yes, doubling is a mathematical system where the number increases. We can see it, you can do it with numbers. If you have one L, if you double it, it will become two L's. Two L's, double it again, you'd have four L's. And you can do that with vowels as well as consonants. So one E would become two E's. U's different. U actually becomes a consonant. U will become a W. And that's the same with any letter. So there we go. And that's Llewellyn. It's
very good.
Letter
Little bit
fun.
of magic
Letter
there.
fun.
Well, now you know what doubling means. I think we're just about ready to play. You or him / her. Let's play We Need Answers.
Oh, hello, he's back.
This next round is you or him, so Julia, Robert's in the lead, so I'll begin with...
Can I just pick you up there? I think there's a comma problem. You sort of made it sound... You said Julia. I mean, you made it look like that. Julia Roberts is in the lead, and there's no...
Oh, we don't have Julia Roberts. It was too expensive to book her. We could only afford her on her own. We decided to have two contestants.
Just a bit more of a pause, OK?
So, fine. Julia.
Yes.
Robert's in the lead. Yes. So, I'll ask you first. Would you like to answer a question about yourself or about him?
Well, I need to gain some points, so
yes.
I'll go for Robert.
There she goes. Risky tactics. Double points at stake here.
OK. Obviously, the budgets went up as time went on. But is it true that the 9th series of Red Dwarf was filmed in space?
Do you mean in a space, or do you mean in real outer space?
Was it filmed in space, or was it filmed in the opposite of space? Shepperton.
Shepperton, you nutter.
It's right! Yes! 4 points! She went away, she got a challenging question, and she came up trumps. Robert.
Yes.
My dear old friend, would you like to answer a question about you, or about him, or in this case, Julia?
I've got to answer one about Julia, because otherwise that just wouldn't be gentlemanly.
Of course, why not? OK. Does Julia Bradbury ever partake in role play? Oops. Where her lover has to pretend he runs a crap company and she punishes him for it?
I'm looking away.
There may be clues. This isn't ludicrously unrealistic, so I'm going to go for a yes, she does.
Who gets to answer these?
Well...
It's a text messaging service that does it, but presumably they've been observing you quite closely.
Yeah. Cameras, every room.
Yeah. Tim.
Julia Bradbury's single and way too wholesome for anything verging on the sadistic. Oh. She might give a lover a mild ticking off for any grumpiness, though.
This is true.
So no points to Robert and no slur on Julia's wholesome
Julia.
reputation.
Julia, you or him? Robert.
Ooh, I'm gonna go safe now. I'll go me.
OK, so, does Julia Bradbury ever feel like saying, oh, just get on with it, to the petty claimants who infest watchdogs?
Yes, the moaning minis who ruin Watchdog.
You mean our millions of loyal viewers?
Yes, that's
Yes,
right.
the scandalous, troublemaking lowlifes.
That, my dear boy, might be what you would say, but not me, because I'm wholesome and nice.
Well, the claimants on Watchdog aren't petty, so Julia doesn't get frustrated by them.
Yes!
It's absolutely right.
Thank you very much.
Robert.
Yes.
You or him? Would you like to answer a question
I'm
about
going
you?
to stick with me, but
OK.
I probably still won't know the answer.
Well, it's a fairly easy one.
OK.
Why does Robert Llewellyn look so different on Scrap Heap Challenge than on Red Dwarf? Is it because he had a medical condition on Dwarf? Or is it that he wore something called prosthetics on Dwarf and now he wears different ones on Heap?
I am going to go for the prosthetics choice there.
It's absolutely right! Robert Llewellyn wore a mountain, in inverted commas, of prosthetic makeup to play Crichton, including a rubber mask and various other pieces, totally altering his appearance.
And that is the end of the round. And at the end of that round, Robert Llewellyn has 5 points. But forging ahead with 8 points now, Julia Bradbury. Ooh. And now we'll have some analysis from our in-house expert, Alex.
No, I thought it would help if we all relaxed a little bit, so I've designed a little game, and this is just for fun, and this is mainly for you, Robert. If you look at the monitor there, I've got a picture here of Julia, and we're wondering why so serious.
So no points, this is just for fun, and it is fun. And if you're not having fun, there's something very odd about you.
Now I'm starting to not have fun because I'm very anxious, but I'm thinking it could be that you've heard a particularly gruelling consumer story.
I will
on Watchdog.
reveal the rest of the picture in a second.
So, is your final answer gruelling consumer story?
Yes.
Good
You're
guess.
semi-right. It's actually an abattoir situation.
Would you smile in there?
There we go. Must have been gloomy in that abattoir.
Tasty, though.
Serious, but she's got a fun side. Not in the bedroom, though. Now, and after that bit of fun, it's time for something a little bit different in the shape of a daunting physical challenge round. Now, in this round, contestants will be set a physical challenge based on a question which someone has texted in. Alex, can we have this week's question, please?
Yes.
Who, out of men and women, can hold or clasp more medium free-range eggs in one hand? Strange thing for someone to text in, but they have. And quite simply, the points will go to whichever contestant, the man or the woman, can hold stroke clasp the more eggs in one hand. So let's play We Need Answers Physical Challenge. And don't forget, you can cheer for your favourite contestant by shouting things like, retain the eggs, Bradbury, or, Lord, Robert, hope you don't drop them. So, contestants, can you please bare your hands?
I'm going
Bradbury
right.
goes, they've both gone for their right hand. I'm left-handed, but it's not about me, this.
OK.
Your time starts now. So, first egg. This could be important. If she drops this, it's game over almost. But no, Julia holds one egg. Julia holds one egg. Now, Llewellyn has got... There it is. 1-all. 2-1. This is important. This will be for 2-1. She's trembling a little bit, as women used to do in Victorian novels, but she's got it. It's 2-1. These are not from cruelly treated hens. It's 2-all. Key needlessly holds Llewellyn's thumb. Oh, no! That was a scare.
Tense stuff.
Of course it's tense. There's 2 points. Only 2 points are at stake for this. 3-all. 4 eggs for Bradbury. That's what she's famous for.
I've got to go.
Yeah!
Yes! 4 eggs each. It's a 5th egg.
In the middle.
Yes, the Fab Five. A bit of information about eggs there. They've got a shell, they've got a yolk, they've got even a blessed membrane. There we go. The scoring continues apace. This is,
I don't know how I'm going to get any more on there.
You've got 6 there. This is a 7th egg for Bradbury.
Yeah, 7 eggs!
Hold on.
This is an 8th egg for
What's
Bradbury.
key spotted?
No! 4 14s. That means that Bradbury has dropped her egg, but just like a penalty shootout, it's not over until he has held 1 more egg. This is the decisive egg. Can Llewellyn hold the egg?
Yeah, look there. It's gonna... Oh, mess it up.
Of course he can hold the egg. He's tried it!
It's a victory for Llewellyn. It's a victory for men, us. It's 2 points to Robert Llewellyn, who's won the challenge. Wow. Eggy drama there. Let's go over to Alex to make sense of it for us. Alex.
Thank you, Mark. Now, I've circled the problems, and they're called eggs, and we all noticed the early tremble, and then another egg.
Yeah.
There's no way that can balance. No way. And off they went. And then from then on, it was really a matter of the direction of the eggs. The eggs went down, and if you compare that, the vertical line compared to Robert's horizontal line, and from then on, it was all just about the direction. You can see all yours down. Robert's, I mean, you drop the eggs. You drop the eggs. That's what I'm trying to say. You drop the eggs.
The mistake was to let the eggs fall to
And
the
from
ground.
that, you can see the smile compared to Robert's teethy grin.
Speaking of eggs, Alex, can we just have an update on your bouncy
No, not
egg?
bouncy yet. Not bouncy yet, Mark. No, it's still approximately 2 days to go.
Looking more and more like we won't see the bouncy miracle in this show. Thanks, Alex. So that means at the end of that round, the scores are as follows. Robert Llewellyn has 7, but out in front with 8 points, Julia Bradbury. Everything to play for, and it's time now for the final quick-fire round. In this round, it's a case of fingers on buzzers. So can we test the buzzers, please, Julia, first of all?
OK.
Julia Bradbury.
And Robert.
Robert Llewellyn from Red Dwarf fighter. And he was in Scrap Heap Challenge. And he lives in Gloucestershire.
I think that might be too long. Say,
Quite long, isn't
as a
it?
buzzer,
I
yeah.
can edit it a little bit.
OK. In this round, as well as all the other pressure, our contestants are playing against the clock. Time will be up when Julia's face meets Robert's, and also, on top of all this other stress, contestants are playing for double points. Alex, can you just refresh our memories about doubling?
No, they're not idiots.
OK. So, with everything at stake, for the final time, let's play We Need Answers.
Hi, guys.
Hi.
This is the quickfire round.
Right.
Some of these questions will be about the theme, motoring. Well, the first one's about turnips. Are we ready?
Yes.
Do cows like turnips? Julia Bradbury.
Yes.
Yes, they do. They're herbivores. How fat do you need to be in order to stop a speeding vehicle? Julia Bradbury.
Very fat.
It goes across. No, I can't.
Morbidly obese.
Yeah, morbidly obese is good, but actually we wouldn't recommend you do stand in the way of a speeding vehicle. Which form of everyday transport is spelled the same in French, English, German and Swedish? Julia Bradbury.
Train.
No, it's not train, it goes across.
I'm trying.
It's true, you've taken too long. It's a taxi.
Taxi, of course!
Fire, come on! In which race and in which year did Mika Hakkinen retire from the race and run into the woods by the track in tears? Maybe it was Damon Hill.
Robert Llewellyn.
I'd say 1996.
Oh, turn that last 9 upside down.
And it's 1999.
And it's right, yes! He went on to win the championship last year. Which part of the body doesn't change size from the time you're born? Julia Bradbury.
Eyes.
Everyone's eyes. 2 points! Can a bear lay eggs?
Julia Bradbury.
It can't.
No, it cannot. It's not clever enough.
The only mammal in the world that does lay eggs is, you've guessed it.
Platypus.
Well, you hadn't guessed it, but you have now. It's a platypus. No points.
Sorry.
OK.
But that was for fun, and again, it was a hell of a lot of fun.
Can women drive?
Julia Bradbury.
Yes.
Yes!
Yes!
They can. They're statistically safer than men.
Yes.
Men have car accidents for numerous reasons, including their own mistakes. Is it true that understudies wipe sumo wrestlers' backsides?
Robert Llewellyn.
No.
It goes across.
Yes.
It is! It's been reported that apprentice chores include bathing, feeding, sponging sweat, running errands and even wiping where 350-pound Sumatori can't wipe. Are Sooty and Sue married?
Julia Bradbury.
No, they're not.
They're just friends, aren't they?
They are just friends. Very good.
And that is the end of the round and the end of the game. So let's go through the final scores in reverse order. Spine-tingling tension. Alex, can we have a sort of tense, fraught drum roll, please? OK. It was a close-run thing, but in second place tonight with 11 points, our runner-up is Robert Llewellyn.
Thank you.
Now, traditionally, the loser is invited to trudge off stage wearing the clogs of defeat. So, I'm going to ask Tim to escort Robert off through the door.
Gonna
We're the
get
only
the
quiz
boots
show
off
on
me,
television
really,
with a door. On go the clogs.
They're nice.
Silence in the audience, please, and a clumping excerpt from Robert Llewellyn. More clumping, please. He's an actor. Robert Llewellyn is the runner-up. Which means that tonight's winner is Julia Bradbury. It's not quite over yet. Julia, you've got 30 points, which are yours to keep.
Thank you.
Forever. There they are on a certificate. Alex is just framing it, in fact, there. So, so, Julia, whatever happens, those points are yours forever. But in addition, you can, if you like, choose to answer a bonus question for big money. Alex, can we see exactly how much big money is in the prize pot this week?
Yes.
£80.
Oh.
Don't forget, you do get to keep the points anyway, so this is not the hugest decision.
Do I get to keep the certificate as
You're
well?
still... Listen, I can't emphasise enough.
Right.
That certificate is... In fact, we're going to give it to you now.
Oh, OK,
That is
fine.
yours.
Right.
That is your certificate.
OK.
And, if you want to influence her, you can maybe try and shout things out like, go on, gamble, gamble, or, alternatively, there's no need for this bit. It sounds like most people want to see her gamble.
So let's do it.
Yes! Julia Bradbury plays the Big Money Showdown.
Do I stand on there?
Yes.
It's a gambling mat.
So, Julia, you've chosen to gamble, and there you are, on the gambling mat. Now, you'll be given 30 seconds to answer your questions, so don't rush into anything stupid. Are you ready for your big money question?
I am ready.
Tim, please offer the envelopes to Julia. There we go. So,
Take that one,
chosen
please.
that envelope. Here we go.
OK. Are you ready, Julia?
I'm ready.
Does a dodgem have wheels? Ooh. Take your time.
So, think of a dodgem.
Think of
Yeah,
a
I'm
dodgem.
thinking of a dodgem.
Does it have wheels, the one you're thinking of?
What's underneath that little...
The ones that slide all across.
Yes, they slide.
They
but
slide,
on
but do they
wheels.
slide on wheels?
That's the whole point.
Do they? What do we think?
That's tension. That's some tension.
Wheels?
If you can help
No wheels.
There is a steering wheel,
Whoa!
and even though they're slippy sliding and they've got electricity feeding from the roof,
Yeah.
Come on, let's have an answer.
I think they do have little wheels.
They do,
Congratulations to Julia Bradbury. She's the winner. She also wins £80. That's all from me. That's it tonight. Thank you to our guests, Julia Bradbury and Robert Llewellyn, and everyone who texted in the question. See you next time. Good night.
And there are more answers to be had, hopefully, at 10:30 next Thursday night. Next tonight, we're on the hunt for Britain's best drives with Richard Wilson.